Boopsies, and thank you for joining me today for this pick a card tarot reading. I'm going to lower the camera now onto the cards. And this is going to be about money, wealth, abundance, finances, prosperity in the year 2026. So next year. Just only not even 2 months away. Can you believe it? So I'm going to go read into these aspects now. I just want to quickly shout out Brianna, Rachel, Tess, Vera, Emma, Catherine, and Valerie, and Milica, Grace, and Colleen. Okay, thank you guys so much for booking your 30-minute or hour-long on Tony Bomboni. If you book a 30-minute or hour-long, I'll shout your first name out in the beginning of a video, unless you say otherwise. So if you'd like to book your own tarot reading, you can simply go on tonybomboni.com, sign up for service today. You won't regret it. Everyone loves them. And I can look into your situation and see what's going on, anything you need to know about your life. Okay? You can ask me anything. There's no judgment. So let's begin the card reading now. Okay, so here we are. We have card 1, the Jade Bear. Card 2, the Jade Buddha. Card 3, the Jade Frog. Okay, as you may or may not be aware, jade helps attract money and abundance. So I lit a green candle here in the corner. So may this help you attract more money, more abundance in your life as well. So you can pick 1, 2, or all 3 cards. Whatever draws you in. So we shall begin with card 1. If you pick the Jade Bear, the Jade Teddy Bear, what's the messages from the wisdom of the mermaids? Okay. So here we have 8 of Wands, which is signifying travel here. Okay. Can you see? So, this is a good sign that more money is coming your way, because clearly more travel is coming your way, okay? More places to see, more things to do, but it's also fast, like money's gonna come quickly for you, okay? So it's not really gonna be an issue for you next year. I almost also feel like you already have quite a bit of resources yourself. You've worked very hard and very diligently for very long to gain this, though. It didn't just come to you easily in the form of a lottery or easy money. You know, you didn't buy your way in to life through your beauty, you know. You've had to work hard, okay? It doesn't mean you're not beautiful, but I'm just saying, like, it's definitely like you've worked for this, you know? You didn't just get easy money like that, okay? And you've worked honestly for your money. You're not doing anything fraudulent. You're not having, what they call blood money or dirty money, which is no good money. I don't care how much money it is. If any gained through fraudulent means it never lasts, it never sticks. I've noticed that from people in life, like time and time again, who have gained that way, and it just never works. So they lose it all. So you're keeping it because you gained it honestly. You worked an honest wage. So here we have the Knight of Wands, which is indicative of activity here. I'm sorry if it's hard to focus. It's because the camera is angled kind of funny. But yeah, so activity and travel, these are my 2 good cards here when it comes to money, right? That just only means that you're going to be active, moving around, I feel like some of you are going to be traveling the world. I don't know why I hear Greece. I hear the Mediterranean. That could be your first visit there in a long time or ever, you know. I think that message applies to me as well. Yeah, I may have to go there next year. It's a long story. But regardless, Knight of Cups, proposals. Okay, so you're making business plans. You're making business moves, honey, all right? You're taking things serious now. Like you're making that money. Look at that. And I've been telling people this is the year in 2026 of the fire horse. The fire horse is going to be busyness, is going to be working hard. As a result, you're going to make more money than other years in 2026. And 2026, 2 and 6 is 8, which is abundance. So, yeah, that's going to be a great year to make that money, honey, okay? Okay, for added effect, I decided to sprinkle a 20 here and put on my jade bracelet to help you attract more money, you know. And a message just came to me this morning while meditating is, if you want to earn more money, you have to focus on it. So, not to make it your only focus, because that's obviously not everything in life, but, you know, if you're diligently focusing, it will come, okay? It will come, all right? So, slap stuff on your vision board, guys. It's going to happen, okay? If you pick this card, it's going to happen for you. Hi, Rose. I'm glad I'm hearing her chirp. To be honest, I'm kind of going to let her chirp in this video if she wants to, because she's been very quiet lately. I don't know if she's depressed, but it makes me so happy to hear her chirp, which means she's happy. Okay, so moving on. So yes, you're going to be busy though, like I said. It's not going to be surprise money. It's not going to be like, you know, mystery money in the mail, you know, lottery. It's going to come in the form of diligent, hard work. Okay, you're going to work your butt off, okay? But it's going to come. The harder you work into next year, the more shall come your way, okay? The more shall come your way. I actually put this under it. There we go. It's not too distracting. So money's a good thing if you know how to use it, and you're going to. This looks like investment property. This looks like you buying property. I do see that for a lot of poopsies as well in your personal private readings. I'm seeing purchases of homes. I feel like prices are going to finally either stall or drop next year, or both. Or the interest rates will continue to plummet to where they become like 3-4% again, and they're affordable, okay? Honestly, with these prices, it needs to be like 1-2%, because it's still very unaffordable, but for most people. But anyway, if we want to go back anywhere near to how the market used to be. So, yeah, so this is a good proposal, a good time, you know, as long as it's not during Mercury retrograde, to purchase property, lots, lands. You know, this video is not financial advice. I'm not saying that. This is just tarot card reading, entertainment purposes only. But the reading is saying the cards are saying this is going to be a good time to do this, okay? So it makes sense. You might have to invest in foreign property. For some reason, I'm thinking of Europe right now, or the Mediterranean. That's going to be allegedly a great place to put your money in, okay? Especially if you have American dollars. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only, okay? This is not financial advice. None of this video is financial advice, okay? It's just entertainment purposes only, okay? I'm sorry, I have to disclaim that. For some reason, when you talk about money online, it gets so triggered and angry at you, the entity that watches everything. So you have to be careful. So how you word things. Okay, so yeah, so it's going to be abundant for you. My goodness, it's going to be I feel like you're going to have the best time. You vacation a lot. Your job is going to be, a lot of you are self-employed. If you want to become self-employed individual, this is the perfect opportunity to do so. Your business is going to be prospering. Just remember, again, with contracts, save for taxes, okay? So thankfully if you're self-employed, you can, basically travel for free because it's tax deductible. So I would say it's going to be a good thing for you. I think some of you might actually finally quit your job and go after your dreams. At least it might be the starting year for you, but you're going to be busy. Buying a house is not easy. It's going to keep you busy. Okay, just make sure you stay grounded, all right? Because we're mostly having Wands energy here, which is activity, okay? And Knights, double Knights as well. I have to point that out. It's like someone who's in their 30s, 40s, and so they're that's the typically on average the first time home buyers age, so yeah, you're hot, you're young, you're hot. Most of you here in this card reading, watching and listening, and you are ready to get after what you want. So for some, this could even look like new romance, new date, new hot love, and maybe your partner's wealthy, and so you dating or marrying them is going to make you prosperous as well. So that's a very, very beautiful reading here. Card 1, I'm so glad I picked this out for you. So work with Jade, okay? All right, so I picked Primera Lluvia, which means first rain, or the fresh rain. When the raindrops first hit, that's the incense scent of this. And you know how they say make it rain? You can listen to rain sounds while doing your money manifestation rituals for more miracles. Imagine yourself in Hawaii on the most beautiful vacation house Airbnb. $1 million is like the bare minimum price of a house there. So let's say a $10 million or $5 million house there you're staying at, and seeing yourself counting $10,000 in cash. Because you can't take more with you, child. But seeing yourself happy, seeing yourself fulfilled, visualizing and manifesting that abundance coming your way. And as I cleanse the energies, before we move on to the second card spread, I invite you to just use your imagination today. Your childlike imagination. Let your mind wander to visualize what it is you always wanted as a child. Your dream life. For me, it was a red, hot, expensive Viper car with, the doors that open up to the sides. Being followed by paparazzi and being a movie actor. That was my childhood dream. Why I don't do that? I hate memorizing lines. And I'm shy. But anyway, don't worry about me, okay? Focus on you right now, okay? What's your childlike dream, okay? And let that come into fruition now. Open that heart, because this is a heart chakra energy, all right? Money, the more it flows to you, the more your heart is open to receiving that financial gain. So I would like you to just visualize that. One thing that's always worked for me, you might think I'm freaking out of my freaking mind, but that's okay. This was almost 10 years ago now. I kind of was obsessed with the law of attraction. I literally went to the bank, withdrew all of the money that I possibly had, which was only like $500 at the time. 10 years ago, and all the 20s, and I just literally I jumped on my bed and rubbed my body with this. Like, I rubbed myself until I reeked of cash. Literally, I was so filthy. Thank God I didn't have a rash after that. And I just smelled it and absorbed it and visualized it coming to me. And then it did. My income literally tripled that year alone. So it went from 20 to 60,000 in that year alone. So something you can try to do. You don't have to be as crazy as I was, but it works, So just a little bit of not financial advice, for goodness sake, but something crazy you can do if you need a crazy miracle, I guess. Nowadays, I always recommend praying. That's my more sane way of doing things. Okay, I was crazy. Yeah, look, anyway, I have stories to share with you. If you pick card 2, 3 of Pentacles, okay? 3 of Pentacles. And 60,000 was a lot back then, okay? That was before all this craziness and inflation. So, I don't know, that was a lot to me as a young kid. A 21-year-old. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so if only I can focus. Hocus pocus, you've lost your focus. I think it's because of how dim the light is. I'm not sure if it's actually like... There we go. Now it's focused. 3 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Pentacles here. Okay. It's hard for me to angle it right because my viewfinder is like angled weird. And the 9 of Wands. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of diligent, hard workers, honest working people trying to feed their family, their children, themselves. But you're so honest and diligent. I'm channeling a father. I'm connecting with the father now. You know, most of my audience is females, 70 to 80%. Let's say 75% on average. So I'm talking to the ladies here. You got an honest husband that loves their kids. You know? And I feel like they would just die for them. They would give the clothes off their back in the winter for them. They would feed them a meal, even if it was the last meal, and they were told, either you eat the meal or your kids, and they would give it to their kids. And they would proudly die to feed their kids. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of person I'm channeling right now. And, you know, all fathers should be this way. You know, if you have children, you know, you have to be selfless. You have to sacrifice sometimes. It's hard out there. You know, children are expensive. You know, might as well start rubbing money on your body now. No, I'm just playing. But seriously, if you listen to the last 2 minutes of this video, you'll get what I'm talking about. But children are so expensive. And I feel like this is the year where you're trying to make things happen so quick. Okay. Or if you're trying to manifest kids, you need to make that money. Realistically, you need money to survive, to make shit happen in this world. Let's be real for a minute. Okay. All right, you know, so many people are like, money is the root of all evil. Yes, if you think it. If you think it, why are you having those evil thoughts then, right? Why are we pessimistic, right? So we have to check ourselves sometimes, just being real. So it's done a lot of good for people too. You know, it's gotten people out of poverty and issues. So I digress. So I have a feeling that... there's like a layoff or like a job or something, maybe already now, and then you need like a extreme, almost like irrational way, legal way, of course, but irrational but extreme way of making money, and you need a lot. It's because you need a lot. I don't know why I hear like 50 or 60, 70,000, something like that, like a lot, or you're used to like a 70,000 plus income, which is pretty all right. You know, it's decent. It's comfortable, I guess. It depends on your lifestyle. So you need that or more. So you got to feed this family, right? You definitely need that to feed 2, 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? Comfortably, and to live comfortably, happily. You know, I mean, I would say you need more than that, but let's say bare minimum 70K, right? Let's say, example. So 3 though, I keep seeing 2, 3 kids. So maybe that's your dream, your goal. So look, it's going to come. 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles is a good sign of Pentacles coming, money coming your way. All right. So, but it's going to be like drastic, maybe sudden. Maybe you work, some of you could be 2, 3 jobs, because I am seeing the 9 of Wands as someone who's very busy, very active, bare minimum time with family at home. Barely, are you kidding me? Even barely enough time to spend with yourself. Like, first of all, like, again, you're a selfless individual. It doesn't bother you, but I feel as though, or the person I'm channeling that you know, I feel as though for anyone who's struggling out there, who's a father, you know, help them out. I feel like they need this, like, you know, send them $100, send them $200. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are in need of this financial support right now. Okay, more than anybody right now. I don't know why I'm hearing about the government shutdown right now. Allegedly, okay? I feel like a lot of people are affected, and that's going to create a ripple effect. That affects TSA, that affects airport travel. And you know what that happens? If the TSA gets shut down, all the other workers do too, then no one can work. And then it affects other people who rely on travel to work. What did I just say? Card 1 was about travel to work. See? And then now, because that happened, it creates the ripple effect of others. You know what happens with money, right? The economy. If it hurts one person, it hurts us all. If one person's hurting, everyone's hurting. That's how the system works and operates and functions. So I think you might come up with an idea of like a team network, because this is about networking here, to solve a situation or solve a problem. Or you come together with your, if you're a TSA agent or a government official, your friends in that industry, your coworkers, and form a new coalition or group, or something has to change. As of today, this is the longest shutdown in history. So, in this state. So, in this country, the United States. So, that's crazy, isn't it? What a crazy end to the year. So I feel like you're pressured to make a drastic change here. But others who are laid off, whether laid off through AI or some other cause because of the economy kind of, again, one thing after the next is kind of crumbling, it seems. For now. I'm not saying permanently, allegedly, but sometimes we have to do drastic change. So you're going to make the money. That's what I'm seeing. I'm not saying you're not going to be or making money, or you're not going to get your paycheck, you're going to be without. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you're going to be destitute in 2026. Absolutely not. I feel like by the end of 2026, you have your ducks in a row, you have all your stuff figured out. It's just you have to really work at it. You have to network and socialize and figure out how can we help each other as a community, as a team, So get with your coworkers. Don't be ashamed to say, I missed a paycheck and I'm suffering. I missed 2 paychecks and I'm struggling. Don't be ashamed to reach out to people, because you'd be surprised who has money, who has funds, who put 10% of their income aside every month, and who can get your back in times of need and struggle, okay? Until you get on your feet, especially if you have kids. Please, 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 I'm begging poopsies out there. Anybody who's reaching out to you and they need the funds and they have a child, even just one kid, help them, especially next year, okay? I'm personally going to do that. I'm making a promise and commitment right now to myself. Even if somebody tweets me, I need $20, here you go, poopsie. I've done that many times before. It's no problem. Okay? All right. So that's what I'm seeing for card 2. Okay? But it's gonna come. It's gonna come. All right? Don't worry. Don't fear. Card 3. Okay. That was intense, wasn't it? Gosh, I hope all my poopsies have a job. I hope you're all employed. I pray in the name of Jesus that you find miracle money, even if the cards don't say it. I pray anyway that you find this miracle money just fall, almost like it rains from the sky, almost like it just falls from the heavens and blesses you. May your family be blessed. May your family continue to be prosperous, protected from evil, jealous eyes, wicked people who try to take or steal from you. I pray for protection and cleansing over you. I pray for cleansing and protection over your financial situation. I pray for a miracle in your financial life. I pray that the good Lord, God, who lives above the heavens, is able to reach out to you today and bless you. Yes, bless you with this miracle. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Amen, amen, amen. All right. Thank you. Thank you for making it rain for my poopsies. Thank you for bringing them so much miracles. Blessings beyond belief. Yes, blessings beyond belief. That's my favorite line to say. May you be blessed so much you don't even know what to do with it, so that you can bless others. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. So let's continue. So last reading, card number 3, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups. So 10s are all about like endings, really. When I get double 10s or triple 10s, I have to pay attention to that. So we only have 3 cards here. So that definitely is a sign, huge sign for me of a lot of goodness coming your way and flowing here. Giving from the heart. I feel like you're very generous in 2026. I feel as though there's definitely going to be working together with a lover, a partner as well, to make stuff happen. Building your family dream home together. But it's about making sacrifice and commitment. You might have to even move in with the person to save some money in 2026. You might be kind of lazy or lethargic in the next year. You know, money may not be your motive so much if you pick this card, or, you know, it's not really gonna maybe, I don't know, flow that much because it's, you're not making a priority. I think other things in life make you happier, and your heart is more inclined, you have more of an inclination to other things than the material, physical. And that's actually a lot of times the better way to go in life. It's more peaceful, you know, instead of making everything about finances. You know, it's, yeah. So it's definitely true that, you know, people who are like only in the stock market or only in, you know, heavy like corporate employment for like 30, 40 years of their life, they become so numb spiritually. It's almost like they don't have any, you know, they kind of be immune or numb to that, opening up to that. So you're the opposite. You're the complete opposite. You're a freelancer type. You're the artist. You're the, you know, liberal, free person. And it's almost like you don't care. You don't give a crap. Like, you'd rather be homeless than slave a job, you know? Who can blame you? You know, you don't like capitalism. This is the type of energy I'm receiving here. You like walked away shamelessly. You almost like left your job, your last job, because you threw something at your boss or something, you know, something crazy or drastic. And, you know, it's hard for you to find employment now. Your resume is struggling because you're so drastic. But no, you're not drastic. I don't mean to say that. It's like you value other things, and you have to take drastic measures to set the boundary with others that this is your value, and you don't appreciate what others necessarily appreciate, right? You don't like rich people. This is kind of that energy, right? Eat the rich, that kind of energy, right? So it's okay. This is who you are. That's fine. And so you kind of are, you know, trying to come up with creative solutions to make money, because obviously we still have to eat, right? But, you know, I could see some energies here maybe slacking off, you know, feeding off the system, or, you know, that kind of energy. It's like, but for the rest of you, I feel like that's more your friend though. Like, you know, people like, you know, who are just kind of really just not working ever and just don't want to keep a job ever. A lot of it has to do with mental health. Swords is about the mind. So you may struggle with money in 2026, if I'm brutally blunt with you, if you pick this card. You know, you might just feel like a little more down or depressed or downtrodden. But your only motive is your partner, your family, you know, some of you even yourself. And that's okay. Maybe it's a mix of all of the above. Some of you I see are very tired of working, though. You're tired of the 9-to-5 grind. You know, you don't want to just keep going down that route. And you're kind of, for those of you who are purposely making a change, quitting, like not just quiet quitting, but quitting. Like, I'm just going to kind of slack off in the next year, take some time off, take a break. You know, some people here I see could you know, you have an extra 10, 20K on the side. You know, you could afford to take that few months off. You know, it ain't much to get you through, but it's enough. You know, for some, you could maybe make it stretch. But so I would say it's going to be, I'm going to be honest, a hard time for you, okay? But by the end of 2026, I feel like you find what you love. And this could be a new career that makes you happy. It pays a little, but, you know, it's like a front desk secretary job. You know, it's like something on the side. just to get you through, make that extra small paycheck, and then you live with someone. If you make 20, 30K a year, you live with somebody and you keep your expenses to a bare minimum, you can somehow make it through the year, right? Even if just barely. Look, so what can I say? We're talking real today about money, right? Again, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. So yeah, card 3, there you go. You might want to work with the manifestations to help you get through, okay? To bring about more. It works every time. You just have to believe it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have enjoyed your tarot card readings. I'll do one final cleanse before we're over and complete for today. I hope this has brought you everything you were looking for today. I'm wishing you the best, most prosperous, abundant life into 2026 next year. Don't worry so much. Fear is what holds us back. Fear closes our heart and thus closes us off from abundance. When you let go, you trust, that's going to open you up more. So I pray that you let go and are able to release this fear within your being from abundance coming through into your life in any way, shape, or form, okay? I love you all so much. I will catch you around in the next video. Take care, my loves. And make sure you subscribe. And if you want to book your own personal reading, go on TonyBomboni.com to sign up today.